Hi, welcome to this video, and in this video we're going to actually do a quick taste test and a quick Scoville heat unit measurement on this particular sample. Now I absolutely understand that this is actually blended for flavor and not necessarily for hotness, because I can see that, on the side of the bottle they do label it up, on their mild scale, so approximately sort of a 2.5. So we absolutely understand that this is blended for flavor and not for hotness, but just for fun, we are going to measure the Scoville heat unit of this. I'll put some photographs alongside this video later on, but we're going to jump into it now and measure the hotness of this particular product. If you're interested in this rapid chili testing or Scoville heat units testing system, essentially don't hesitate to contact us. There's a contact us on the website here. What I'm going to do then is I'm just going to change to a slightly different camera, and you can sort of see us there. What I want to do is I've got the sauce here, just sort of get it out of the bottle, but I've got a little bit here anyway. Now I've got a volunteer with me because I don't want to, people will kind of complain, is it hot or not? And it's not, as I say, this is not a criticism of this. This is, clearly labeled up to be mild. The ingredients are sort of mango, coconut, and lime. So I think that is, it's blended here for flavor rather than for hotness. So nobody's going to get hurt in the making of this particular video. But we're just going to do a quick taste test to kind of check that it's not super hot. Is it hot?
No.
No. So it's not super hot, and again, it's not a criticism. I wouldn't want to be criticizing people's products. There's no point in it. As I say, this is more for flavor than for hotness. So what I have here then is the Food Sense Generation 4. Because it's so mild, I'm actually going to slightly hack the system. You'll often see us on these videos doing what's called a 1 in 10 dilution of the sample. But this is particularly mild. And so the capsaicin in it is probably quite low. So I'm actually going to do a 1 in 5 dilution and essentially times the answer by 2 at the end. So you'll sort of, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to take 100 microliters of the sample. I'm going to try that a few times because it's hard to, it's quite viscous. So I want to just kind of pipette up some of that. In fact, I managed to do that now because what I've done is I do it very slowly and I do it kind of a bit of shaking, and in fact you get quite a nice 100 microliters up like that. So I'll put the 100 microliters into the tube. What I'm now going to do is just grab some buffer. As I say, I'm going to do something that I wouldn't normally do, which is I'm only going to add. Normally, at this point, I may add 900 microliters of buffer, but here I'm actually only going to add 400 microliters of buffer. I just need to stop that before that makes too much noise. There we go. Right, there we go. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. All right, I've done that. Right, so I've prepared my sample. I'm going to just move things slightly out of the shot because I just want to bring a vortexer in just to kind of show you that I do sort of vortex these samples, and it's a really efficient way of mixing. Don't think that vortexers are super expensive. They're not. I mean, it's all relative, of course, but this vortexer probably costs about £100, $100, €100, depending on what kind of exchange rate you're in. Sorry, somebody's trying to get to me on a thing, so I need to do that. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to test this sample. So let me just do something for a second. Right. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take 50 microliters of the sample and I'm going to put it on the sensor. So I'll grab a sensor now. Here's one of my sensors. I'll put that into that. Now I'm going to grab 50 microliters. You may have noticed I've just lost my helper. but he's gone for his breakfast. So let me just put 50 microliters onto that, which I have done. And now I'm going to grab the app. So let me grab the app. This is the Food Sense Generation 4 app. I'm just going to name this up so I can actually find it. Mild mango number 2. Right, and then I will go continue. Now I don't, at the time I'm making this video, I don't have a 1 in 5 dilution available to me. I'm sort of umming and ahhing whether we do that. It's very rare that we get something quite so mild, let's say. So at the moment I'm going to choose a 1 in 10, but just understand that when I do that, I'm actually going to multiply the results by 2 at the end, because I've only done half the dilution that the app actually thinks that we've actually done. So it will grab the data now. The nice thing about this is you can always go into the data and you can sort of see the raw signal for capsaicin, and we also get a result as well. So what it'll do is it'll run that, and then when it'll run something called upload complete, and then at which point then it will have put the data into the cloud. So if I go here now, what it said to me, and I was expecting this, even though I've only done a 1 in 5 dilution, it says upload complete, too low, dilute more. So I might just change to another camera for a second just to kind of show you that. Now this is because on the app, it thinks, well, this is actually quite mild and it's actually too low. But there actually is a result for it. It's just that we have to go to the cloud to look at that result. So I'm going to go to the cloud part of this now. When it says upload complete, it means that the upload has literally been completed. If I just go up here and have a quick look, just do a refresh on this, which I'm doing now, and then there's the latest data, mild mango number 2, and I will have a quick look at that. You can see it's very mild. You know, we often look for these kind of peak 1, peak 2, and peak 3. You can just about see what we call peak 3 for capsaicin, and then we get a result of now it says here 187. Well, call that 188. 188 Scoville units, but of course I only did half the dilution, so that's really 188 is about 366 Scoville heat units. So it's not a criticism in any way of this product. It's been blended deliberately to be mild, and you can almost, I can quantify the mildness of it. As I say, I only did half the dilution that the app thinks. We could introduce what's called a 1 in 5 dilution, but we haven't done it yet. And we'll basically, you know, the more customers that maybe come to us with these sort of mild products, then maybe that's when we'll introduce it. So I did half the dilution. So the official app result was 188, but because I only did half the dilution, I just doubled it up to 366. And you do get a sense that there is chili in here. You can sort of see it, especially on the peak 2 here. And that's where we've kind of analyzed it. But as I say, it's low, not a criticism. But if you do have any questions about Food Sense Generation 4 and our ability to, you saw that then, you know, prepare and rapidly test chili sauces, then we are capable of it. And I think also I had my little helper in there just to really emphasize that, you know, that is a mild chili sauce, and that's, you know, and I got my little helper there to kind of, you know, give us an extra illustration that that is mild. If you've got any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to us on the website here. Okay, thanks very much.